The Crit Show contains elements of horror, fantasy violence, and adult language. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Rev has started recording while Tass is just half a zebra cake down.
Mid zebra cake.
This is my gift to you, Jake. I know it's your favorite thing.
The last episode we recorded, even Tass was like ready to go, and he's like, "Gotta put on my headphones before I get yelled at." He was like, "I'm gonna be the good student today," and then Rev just pulled the rug out from underneath him.
Oh fuck!
Don't even have the cans on yet.
Oh.
Yep, he can't. He can't hear any of this. Listeners, feel free to say whatever hurtful shit about him you want because you can't hear it right now. How is it?
It's really good.
Good. I only crave those like Little Debbie type snacks at holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Like just because it was the school treat, you know, like it was the only thing that a broke ass teacher might be like, I can spend my own money to bring you those Christmas tree things. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Like a Christmas tree cake, is that what you go for?
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost never want them, but when I do, there is nothing on earth I want more. And then I'll eat like a box of them over a week or two, and then I don't want them again for a year.
Yeah.
I always get one box of the cherry cordial things that Little Debbie makes.
Ooh.
I love those. I love the cherry cordials.
Yeah.
I like the Halloween treat that is like a pumpkin. It's like a soft pumpkin cookie, but like where the mouth and the eyes are of the jack-o'-lantern is some sort of filling. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
No.
That was another, like that was always a in-school holiday treat. I
Yeah,
feel like
it's kind of like an oatmeal cream pie, but it's like apple in the middle or something.
Yeah, kind of. Or yeah, maybe like a cinnamon or an apple cinnamon or something.
Yeah.
I like those ones that's like bread on the bottom, and then you put like sauce, and then you do like a layer of cheese. I think I'm just hungry, you guys.
Where do we all fall on cosmic brownies?
Oh,
The,
yeah, hell
the
yeah.
best.
I can't hear that without thinking about how you named a cosmic brownie when you at the same time. Like, you were here for it. It was on an episode. It was on an episode probably 2 seasons ago.
I have no memory of
Me
this.
either. I must have blocked
I
this.
believe it was in.
As soon as you started to talk, like I was like, I did something. Like I couldn't remember what it was, but somewhere in the back of my brain I went, I've done something to this term. What was it?
Yeah, I have the outtake, I'm sure.
So, there's a dragon, huh?
Yeah, hi everybody. Welcome back to the Crit Show. We're playing the Clockwinders.
No, hold on. I had a thing I wanted to say
Oh, okay,
before.
yes. Go ahead.
Before whatever the fuck that was. I was just gonna say, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. It matters more than anything in the
No,
whole
no.
world
You have
now.
to salvage this.
It's. Okay, first I have to address what just happened.
You don't.
Because that's not what we call it.
Yeah. Well, the way that Rev said that, I didn't know what he was referencing, but it sounded like he was saying Jake named it that because of that time that he did it. And I was like, I'm not aware of this. But before that, I was just going to say, I told Jake yesterday that I wasn't buying any Christmas candy because we always have leftover candy. Like, we still have Dracula Kit Kats on our Christmas table.
They're so good, though.
If you want to get rid of those.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something about a Dracula-shaped Kit Kat.
Oh, my God.
I have some in my locker. They're very good.
Oh.
We have a handful of the little Halloween Kit Kats, but we gave out full bars this year for Halloween. This was like
Nice.
our 1 year to do that. And so at the end of the night, they're almost all gone, but we had like a couple of Twix left, and I was like, hide those. Those are from me. And so we've just had them on the table. So like Todd came over a few weeks back, and he's like, oh, great. Can I have some candy? And Jake was like, yeah, don't touch the Twix though.
I'm going to bleep my explanation of that so no one knows what you call a cosmic brownie.
God, thank you.
My second parting gift to you of the episode.
Yep.
You will be visited by 3 random gifts this episode.
2 of them are gone in the intro. Wait, we're burning through these. Slow down. Can I get more gifts? I need more time.
No, we're treating these like you treat our fate points.
Okay. Anyway, Critshow, Clockwinders, etc. Last time the battle raged on within the Forgotten Fortress. Your party levying attacks at the undead, they were able to fell them all completely. You guys, including Kade, were able to suss out some information about the circumstances within this place and communicate with each other across planes, for lack of a better term, to start making moves, to advance on the movement core, to reanimate Smee, to learn about the presence of Yvain here, who tried to reason with you, but you could tell that her mind is just kind of gone. What she was saying, even if she believed it, wasn't to be trusted or acted upon. She was just able to hold her position long enough for the moment she'd been waiting for, Tyberan to try to adopt her dragon form in a move of desperation, seeing the circumstances changing in here. Yvain seized that opportunity, adopted that form from Tyberan as she shifted. And then Tass cracked a cool joke. And that brings us to now.
Whoa, what was the joke is what I need to know.
Oh, no, you're right. It was very serious. So as we jump back in, Gimble's playing the flute.
Gimble, I was kidding. This is serious. Help me with the volley.
So I'm going to say that in this moment, Yvain Dragon doesn't get to take an action because Yvain just did stuff. So because she has stolen this form, Tyberan doesn't get to do anything, and Yvain doesn't because she already has. So we need to pass the initiative. So let's hand it off to Einon.
I do actually call for Gimble. Fancy a volley with me? And I'm going to draw and shoot.
Okay. Yeah, he knocks an arrow as well. Take a +1 for the teamwork.
Okay.
And make a shoot roll.
9.
Okay, the dragon defends with a 6.
Wow.
I think I'm going to let that one ride.
Okay.
So she takes a 3-shift hit. Einon, one thing I think you notice as you fire this shot, reforming in dragon form, this being seems a lot more vital than it did before Tyberan started the shift. It seems like what wounds she had taken have at least improved greatly, if not healed completely.
Oof.
Who do you want to pass it to?
I think, NPC is all we got left.
Okie dokie. They are going to perform a collective shoot. They got a 3. It is defended by a 4 athletics. So Roland, Gimble, Sevna, they all fire off a volley, and everything seems to bounce harmlessly off of the dragon's hide. That'll bring us back to the top of the order. Let's revisit Kade.
Okay, so that's not what I was expecting. I wanted her to go one place. She went into a very different place.
Yeah, you see now that she was biding her time for that transformation, and why she was so vehement against being forced out of this part of the fortress.
Yeah.
That's why she was trying to be as sneaky as possible.
I have 2 different ideas in my head, and so I want to consult with the ether. I want to spend my fate point and vibe check with the ether, because my initial impulse is like, oh, maybe I can push her out and beat the dragon, but then she'd still be there, and it would probably just become like the room, just pushing back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this ether core is here, and it feels like it's trying to do something, but it can't. And I know Maxine is headed down there. So I guess I'm asking it, like, what's the most important thing? Like, where should I be focusing on, the ether core or the dragon?
Okay, spend your point. So the vibe you get is that it is feasible for you to take control of the dragon form, but you know that she was having to wait for a form shift. Like, it seemed like she was waiting for Tybrand transform, and in the middle of that, she was able to interrupt.
It's like in the glowy part of the Sailor Moon transformation, that's where she infected like the shape.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you think that you would probably have to wait for the same. You'd have to wait for her for some reason to change form before you could snipe it.
Okay.
I think you also get a feeling of like a remaining tether between Yvain and the fortress as a whole, which you can feel is because of entering through the well, like the same way you have, that it has kind of like made her part of the mortar that holds this place together. She is not going to be able to be removed from this place entirely while the fortress is in the state that it is in. You think that you're going to need to repair the movement core before she can be truly defeated and exorcised from this place, because you are going to need its power and its, as you said, like its filter, its purifying ability to keep her from just kind of melting back into the stone and reappearing.
Then yeah, I will make my way down to where that other signature is coming from, and then try to get a sense of it if there's time. If not, I'll do that later.
Okay. You shift your form below the Great Hall into another chamber underneath. And the room that you behold is kind of mundane. It looks sort of like a dungeon, as you might know it, like a subterranean holding cell area. You know, it's just stonework floors and walls, a big circular room that's maybe 50 feet across, and in the middle of it, you see a movement core, and it looks sort of just normal. Like, you've seen, you know, all the different movement cores that had their weird idiosyncrasies. You know, one was made of fucking glass.
Yeah.
And this one's just kind of like sitting half out of the ground. There doesn't seem to be a gimmick to it, but it is eviscerated. Like the parts, the components are strewn about the space. Not like it exploded, but like somebody decided they were going to rebuild a car and they got as far as taking it apart and then they abandoned the project. You know, like it is just in bits all around. So if there ever was a gimmick, it might have just been stripped away at this point to reduce this thing to nothing. I think the other thing you notice is based on like how much land you knew was beneath the fortress, like obviously this thing doesn't plunge itself into the depths of the planet like the other ones have. It seems like its whole scale might just be smaller because it's kind of like a receiver. You know, like there aren't that many parts to this. There isn't space for them. It's wirelessly connected to the ground.
Yeah.
There's just not as much to it physically.
Okay. I will pass it to Maxine because I imagine I just barely beat them there.
Okay. Yeah, Maxine, the three of you make it into that stairwell headed down, and moments later you hear a change in the type of ruckus upstairs behind you. You hear what sounds like some gargantuan creature, perhaps a dragon, roaring up above, but you make it down the stairs, down half a story, sharp turn, down the other half a story, and into this large, open, circular stonework room that is just full of the bones and components of movement core.
Just look around at all these pieces. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, it's all broken apart. I want to go over to, like, the base of it, where it's all supposed to come together.
Okay. Yeah, you dismount from Smee and walk over towards the core of the core in the center of the room, what remains of it. And Wazine hops down. Both he and Smee follow. Perfect. Job well done.
Well, the first part, anyway. Job's not really done.
Aren't we here to destroy it?
No.
Oh, I do not understand the assignment at all.
No, Wazine, we're here to fix it.
Oh, bad.
Very bad. It's gutted. I mean, I usually figure out what's missing and then Kade puts it back together, but everything's missing. I mean, not technically because I think it's here, but nothing's, put together as a whole. It's all just components. I don't really know what to do from this point. I could try to restore it, but that might make it worse.
As you are scrutinizing, you hear Smee kind of like, zzz, zzz, and you see that he is just gazing around the room at what appears to be nothing. He is just kind of rotating bit by bit, looking from place to place, as if trying to lock his eye onto something that you do not see.
I want to go over to him and put my hand on his side. Arkady, are you here? And I want to try to channel some ether into Smee. Like, if I think that Kade is the one powering him, I'm wondering if I can open some sort of ether channel to him in whatever form he's in right now.
Interesting. Okay. Let's have you overcome with lore. Let's say you're trying to beat a 6.
That's a 5.
Can I spend my ether charge? Like, if I feel her doing that, it's what's running Smee right now, so he would shut down when I disperse that. But can I invoke that to bump her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can invoke it, but you will cease to be putting power into anything.
Yeah.
So I'm torn on how this resolves.
If Smee is the conduit, are you spending the conduit to...
Yeah, you are powering Smee.
Yeah.
If you use that point, you will no longer be powering Smee. He will have the capacity to act as a tether, but he won't have power, so he wouldn't be able to do anything with it.
I was thinking that, like, Smee is a gap between us.
Uh-huh.
And, like, once she locks onto that energy and I, like, push that surge, it becomes then a connection between the two of us instead of having to go through Smee.
Oh.
I was thinking similarly, yeah.
Okay. I was imagining like a
spirit box.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Okay. Yeah. I like that. Go ahead and spend that point. Your ether charge aspect fades away, and Smee again falls into this kind of dormant mode. His legs kind of gather up just enough touching the ground to keep him from rolling away. His eye goes dark, and he kind of cocoons. And Maxine, you can hear Kade in your head.
Yeah, I'm here.
Kade, where are you? And I'm just like spinning around.
I'm kind of everywhere.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know how better to explain it. I'm kind of with the ether in the room, but also in the castle, and I'm kind of tethered to the castle. We gotta fix the movement core before they can do anything about the dragon.
Dragon? Is that what's up there?
Yeah, now.
I think I look at Wazine and I say, maybe go help upstairs? That sounds bad.
He's like,
what sounds bad? Who are you talking to?
That's fair.
You daft.
What on earth are you talking about?
The roaring. Can you hear that?
By on earth, I of course mean on Kedvini. Oh, yes.
That sounds different from before. They could maybe use some help. It sounds like a dragon.
Are you sure? I've got very nimble little fingers. And he's like wiggling them and holding them out at some of the pieces on the ground. I'd love to put some of these into my tummy.
Yeah, but what if somebody needs to issue a challenge upstairs?
They wouldn't dare. And he turns around and he runs up the stairs, turning into a crocodile as he goes.
Okay, that'll maybe buy Einon a little more time. Okay, so what do we do here? You're the one that fixes these. Can you come back out of the air, or?
If you can figure out what it's supposed to look like, I'll try to put it together still, but I think it's got to be fast, because they're not going to be able to hold that thing off for long.
Yeah, I think having kind of taken my turn before I get into investigating this, I'll pass it off to Wazine, the NPCs.
Okay, then we jump back to the Great Hall. Wazine comes up the stairs in crocodile form and rounds the corner again, looking out from behind where the dragon is positioned, facing the rest of you who are in front of where the dragon is positioned. And I think treating the NPCs as a group, we'll say Roland is the one who speaks. He calls out to you, Einon. What do you want to do?
It seems to me that we need to keep it off kilter. Maxine seemed to think it was sort of ether incarnate, keeping a form together, and if we can disrupt it continuously, we might be able to do some real work here. Split anything from its focus to its hide.
All right. I'm actually going to use one of Roland's stunts.
Oh.
Shade of the Executor.
Ooh.
Or Executor. I don't know.
Can go either way.
It's the one who executes.
Yeah.
Is it pronounced? It's probably Executor. That's like the same as the executor of a will, isn't
Wouldn't
it?
it be executionist?
Not executioner.
Is this a stun about killing or about
Law.
Yeah, what's the outcome?
Roland has a disturbing presence that unsettles crowds. Once per scene, Roland can spend a fate point to try to intimidate all opponents in the scene using fight, giving each an aspect representing his intimidation to each.
In this case, he's just been waiting for her to say, yes, my name's Tiberian, and then he pulls out a piece of paper and says, you've been served.
You've been served. See you in court. See you in hell. So we're going to have him make a fight roll, and it's going to be teamworked by all of his compatriots. That's not the best roll. He gets a 6.
That's wild how far we've come in this story that we're like, 6, that sucks.
She's going to contest this with her will, and from this point forward, I will be using whatever the better of the ability is between Yvain and Tiberian to represent whatever action they are taking.
Oh.
Fails to defend. That is a 3.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
So, Roland is going to create an aspect representing the fact that Yvain the dragon is intimidated. I don't know, what should we call it?
Scaredy lizard.
Scaredy lizard it is. So Yvain has the scaredy lizard aspect. He succeeded with style. We're going to say it has 2 invokes on it. And that is it for the NPCs, who are going to pass it to Einon.
Well, I'm going to shoot her again, but only if I can get a +1 from the ads.
With the support of the advertisers.
Yeah. Since Gimbal was sort of a part of the NPCs in that moment, I assume I can't call on him.
Yeah, I'm going to say he just used his thing to...
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, keeping my shots going. Yeah, that was a shitty roll, so a 6.
She got a 1 on her defense.
Damn.
I'm going to invoke Ancient Force of Ether. To be felled by a mortal arrow is so unheard of and beneath her.
But what if that mortal's arrow is a very experienced hunter?
Well, let me re-roll this first and see if you even need to bother.
Oh, it's re-roll, not even adding.
Oh, I rolled exactly the fucking same -3.
That is the curse of this game we've discovered.
Unreal. I'm not wasting more points on it. Okay, so she's going to take a 5-shift hit. Next up is going to be Yvain the dragon. I need a better way to refer to her. I need a better way to represent that there are sort of 2 beings here, but...
Yvirin.
Doragon.
Tydoris.
I don't like any of those.
Yeah,
You guys are bad at names.
I'm disappointed around the table.
I get it.
Just call it Double Dragon.
I'm sorry.
There it is.
Double dragon.
All right, Double Dragon is going to attack.
Wait, what did you say? Ouch.
Because I said I was disappointed around the table, and you said I get it, implying that you're also disappointed around the table.
I was disappointed in myself, so I understood why you were disappointed at us.
I was with you on that, Rev. I feel that.
She opens her mouth and levies an enormous bolt of ether lightning.
Ugh. At me? Or is this at, like, everybody?
This is going to be at you.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's going to make a shoot roll. Got a 6.
I'm going to try to jump out of the way.
Okay.
4. I'm just going to let that ride. And since... Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Our fate points reset every episode, but does, like... The idea of, like, this is still kind of the same conflict still, though, right?
Yes, I would say this is the same conflict.
It's the same scene.
Yeah. Okay, I'm still just going to let it hit.
Okay. So that's a 2-shift hit.
How are you taking that?
Physical.
And she finishes that bolt of lightning and inhales deeply again, and her gaze remains only on Einon and Sevna. It's like she doesn't even have eyes for the rest of them. She doesn't seem to care. I have been so looking forward to this retribution.
Well, that's a different voice.
Yeah, did they hear Doris's voice, or is it Tiberian's, or, like, are they combined?
No, you hear Yvain's voice.
Oh, that was the green shit behind its eyes. We're literally fighting a dragon named Doris. Fucking called it, man.
Sevna's like, yes, I'm very proud of you. Can we gloat about it another time?
Yes, absolutely. I took my turn. Shoot the fucking thing.
I've already gone. Now
all
now
right.
the dragon needs to pass the initiative to
I
someone.
see. Oh, all right, fair enough. Why is my nose bleeding?
I don't know, but it looks like she's going to shoot lightning at us again because she's passing the initiative to herself.
Oh, fuck, that makes sense. I get it.
No, actually, this time she opens her mouth and
The most beautiful music you've ever heard.
where you saw
Gimbal, play her out.
No, where you saw lightning forming before, you don't see anything, but you do start to hear this, like, shrill, like raising the hairs on the back of your neck sound as she lets out another just cacophony of sound, another banshee's wail.
She could do banshee stuff when she's not in banshee form?
She can do fucking anything.
This bitch.
So she's going to make a fight roll. Anybody who wants to defend may do so.
Yeah, I'm going to try to duck and cover again. Ooh, that was rough. 2.
She got a 5 on her fight, and the NPCs collectively get a 5 as well.
Ooh.
Are you spending anything to bump your defense up?
Yeah, I think I'm going to use keen reactions. Like, that seems to make the most sense to just, like, oh, I know what this is going to be.
Okay. So that'll get you to a 4. Still taking some hurt.
I'll take the point.
Okay. I think actually I'm going to spend another point for her to bump this shift up.
Oh.
I'm going to invoke Ether Dragon form. The fact that this is enhanced by having a bigger mouth by which to scream. So that's going to get her up to a 7.
I feel like I need to save these, so I'm going to take the extra physical, and I think...
Oh, wait! She's got 2 invokes on Scaredy Lizard.
Oh, that's true. Thank you. If I can use that to just be like, I've already bared through a little bit of it and just kind of grit my teeth and stand up and face it, to just give her the little quaver in the voice of like, oh, I'm not doing as good as I thought.
Okay. Utilizing that against her.
Yeah.
As opposed to for you.
I think so,
Cool.
yeah.
All right, then that'll drop her back down to the 5. So you take the 1 point of harm. The NPCs take no damage, but she gains a boost.
Okay. That was clutch. Thank you, Megan.
And to keep us with the combat up here, I think she's going to hand it off to Einon next.
Well, you might have heard this one before. I think since we're in the new round, I'm getting Gimbal with me again. Just yelling, alternating shots, keep her off kilter.
Okay. Take the +1 from Gimbal's assistance. She's going to try to defend with athletics.
9.
Got a 5 to defend. She will take a 4 shift hit.
And I'll pass it off to the rest of the crew just to keep on her.
Okay. That is going to be a 7 on their fight.
All right.
She defends with a 5 athletics.
Okay.
She's going to take another couple of shifts. She's actually going to take a sticky condition.
Oh.
You see that she looks frightened.
Hell yeah. That's what we're talking about.
They're going to pass it back downstairs to Maxine.
Okay, I am looking around at all these components and I'm trying to identify if anything is missing and how they would go back together.
Okay. I'm torn between investigate and lore. This seems like a combination. You are looking at what's there and consulting what you know and expect to see.
I think it's lore because I'm kind of basing this off of what I know as a clockwinder.
Okay. Let's overcome with lore. This thing is fucking devastated. So let's say you're trying to beat a 7.
Well, I have a 4.
Oh.
Rolled a -2 here.
-2, that's the magic number for a reroll.
Well, one of my stunts is that I get +2 to lore to overcome when utilizing knowledge of the clockwinders.
Okay.
So that will bump it up to a 6.
Okay. 1 more invoke would get you success.
I'll spend a fate point for invoking perspicacious and just being really meticulous in what I know, the knowledge that I have, and how it applies to all of this dismantled movement core.
Okay. Yeah, I think you start like running back and forth through the room and like registering like, all right, this would connect to this and running back over there. So this would go with this. And like a few seconds at a time, piece by piece, you are explaining the format these should take to Kade.
Do I notice if anything's missing?
Nothing seems to be missing.
Okay, Ghost Kade. Good news. Seems like everything's here. It's just all taken apart, so we just gotta put it back together. Do we need to try and bring you back into your body before we do this? Or if it's gonna hurt Doris, won't it hurt you too?
I don't know, but I don't think we got time to do it manually.
All right, let me know what I can do to help, but I think this is you from here on out.
Okay.
And I will pass it to Kade.
Jake, hear me out. Here's what I want to do. We've all seen it in the movies. Magneto, Jean Grey, anybody with telekinesis. I want to piece this back together like, Dr. Manhattan putting together his little Mars house.
The most apt description of that.
Okay. It sounds to me like that's probably going to be a lore roll.
Yeah.
This is going to be contested.
How dare you? Okay.
Just go ahead and make your lore roll.
Oh, no. Okay. 6.
All right. The contest is a 4, so you are successful.
Okay.
As you start levitating pieces and reorienting them, after you get like a couple off the ground, you kind of, reach for the next one. And right as it lifts off, a chunk of the floor shoots up like a wall, barricading it from you. And you readdress and you go for a different one. And a piece of the ceiling comes down and blocks it. The fortress itself is animating, trying to prevent you from repairing the movement core.
Okay.
But you are successful. Bit by bit, you are still outplaying and outmaneuvering it. I think this just represents an investment of time.
Okay.
That you are down here like fucking not only doing the mental math of putting this thing back together and doing the ether math of doing it without a fucking body, but now you're also having to outpuzzle the fortress as you go.
Like a little maze is popping up and I'm having to walk the floating piece through a...
Yeah, and like columns are coming out of the wall, like at where it thinks you are, but you are not anything. So like a column will just come out of the wall and like retract, and then one will come out of the floor and block a piece, and then one will come out of the ceiling and block that piece because you just reclaimed it. And yeah, it's just
I'm fucking scrambling
from every direction. Yeah, Maxine, this room becomes a major hazard very quickly, but it's not your turn, so you get killed. Bad luck, bad timing. So we're going to, I think, kind of remove Kade from the initiative order because you just have an investment of time here.
Okay.
Unless something else presents itself as an obstacle to you. So we're going to start a new initiative round. I will let you select who goes next.
I think it's got to be Doris. She is also kind of playing 4-dimensional chess, so I think she's aware, so she gets to go next.
Okay. Up top, you all see Double Dragon's attention seem to snap away from you. Snaps away from Einon. It's like she hears something or feels something. She just kind of like she's looking into like the middle distance all of a sudden. And she again takes a big, deep inhale and then points her head directly down and fires a blast of lightning into the floor beneath her feet, starting to carve it away. While she is doing that, Einon, what do you want to do?
Oh, she's riled up about something. If she's turned away from us, I would like to fully Legolas this situation by just running up, leaping onto her tail and along her back to put a couple of arrows into the back of her neck.
Okay.
Like the bottom or the top?
Like the top. Like
what's the back of the neck on like a giraffe? Is it
the back?
Is it like up by the head or is it down by where it connects?
The whole thing is the neck. I'm going closer to. I don't know how sinewy the neck is, so I'm. I don't know how much neck am I going to have to travel to get to the base of the skull? So I'm probably like at the shoulders.
I was so confused when you said, "Is the neck the front or the back?"
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The back.
No, I meant the top or the bottom.
It's the span. It's the whole space in between.
Well, yeah, but if you just say I shoot it in the back of the neck, like
he said, he wanted to shoot arrows into it as he went up, like.
But that's what I was wondering. Like, is he going all the way to the head? But he said he's stopping at the shoulders.
Either way, it's all the back of the neck. It's just the length of the back that we're discussing.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Are you starting at the shoulder? Are you staying at the shoulders, or are you trying to get up by the head?
I see. I'm at the front of the back of the neck.
What?
I'm so lost.
Yeah, because I'm at the front of the stint that I would have to travel if I were going along the length of it, but it's the back of the physical piece of the neck.
And I understand every part of this just fine. Anyway,
My nose is bleeding.
would you like to... I'll give you two options. You can either just make a shoot roll here and do some damage, or I think you could create an advantage based on your positioning that you or others could utilize on later moves.
Let's go with an advantage.
Okay, I think this is going to be creating an advantage with athletics.
Okay.
She's not exactly contesting you. Her focus is elsewhere, so I'm just going to give you a target difficulty. I'm going to call it a 6.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Should have just shot her.
I'm at a 5, but I've got keen reactions.
Okay.
Wait, do I still have an invoke on Scaredy lizard?
Yep.
Actually, I'll use that.
Okay.
You also have an invoke on frightened.
Oh.
She is frightened.
Okay, so that would do...
That would get you 2 free invokes.
Two
on
free
this. That would make
invokes.
it a style success with style.
I'll use them.
How many free invokes did Frightened have?
It just has 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever somebody takes a condition, it comes with a free invoke to be used against them.
And once per conflict, I can stack an additional free invoke on an advantage when I'm using my bow.
Okay.
Just so you know, this is also the best way to defeat Cerberus in Kingdom Hearts, is you jump up on his back, and he puts his head back, and then he goes, blah, and he throws up a bunch of shadowy stuff into the ground that's really hurtful. But if you're on his back, you can just bop him on the back of the head.
Nice.
All right, so let's call this superior positioning
I love it.
with 3 invokes.
Hell yeah.
Who do you want to go next?
I think the team.
Okay.
That's what Einon's focused on is get her.
All right. They kind of follow your lead. They all try to take position atop this dragon now at varying points. Roland tries to bury an axe in one of the wings to keep her from flying. Sevna takes the other.
Please tell me Wazine is just clamped onto the tail.
Yep, just getting swung around like a mace, like a ball and chain. That is a 9 on their collective fight
Hell yeah.
and a 5 to defend. I've only got 1 point left. I don't think I'm going to spend it yet, so I think she's going to take that 4-shift hit.
She's overzealous, though. She's opening herself up.
Ooh, Fadoofa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
6 shifts it shall be. Let's jump back to Maxine. In this hazardous, ever-shifting room, you can see that Kade is a-working, but it's going to take some time to get this done, especially with this new obstacle. What do you want to do?
I think I'd put my hands on the ground and try and channel ether through this room, through the floor and the walls and the pieces, and attempt to try and confuse the fortress so it doesn't know where to aim.
Interesting. Okay.
Kind of blinding its senses, so to speak, so that Kade can work quicker.
Yeah. I feel like this is going to manifest as a provoke? Or no, maybe a deceive.
Ooh.
Yeah, because you're trying to confuse it. You're trying to basically lie to it. So why don't you roll to deceive? The fortress is going to defend. It doesn't really have a mind, so it's just going to be a flat die roll. But we'll see what happens.
4.
Got a -1 to defend. So you just start pumping ether into this room. Are you getting anywhere safe first or anything? Or are you just bearing down right here at the middle of the room?
No, I think I'm trying to be in the thick of it because that's where everything is.
Damn, that's badass. Okay. Just in the middle of this room, you start feeling out where the ether that's going to animate the room is going to go next and throwing your own elsewhere and just kind of scrambling its understanding of what is going to happen in here. It can't tell what's you, what's Kade, what's genuine, what's going for the parts. It doesn't know. And this flurry of movement continues. It becomes even more severe, but more erratic and less successful, less accurately directed.
It's like that scene in Galaxy Quest where they're trying to get down that hallway, and I'm just avoid this pillar, hands on the ground, ether over here, roll under this.
I think a decent amount of your time you find is occupied stopping it from rocketing you across the room to your
Yeah.
doom, though. Pretty frequently, the more that you're doing this, you feel it start coming for you, and you just keep having to throw up safety nets, having to distract it so it thinks you're elsewhere to prevent it. A couple of times, the blocks rocket out of the ground immediately next to you, and you're like, that would have pancaked me on the ceiling. Holy shit.
Oh, I will say that I do roll Smee out of the room before I do all this so that he's not can crushed.
Huh. I don't know. That's not what you said. That's not what happened.
I believe I just said that, so
How do we walk that back and allow for that? Just literally rolling him out of the way?
Yeah.
Give me a physique roll.
No, it's useful.
Let's say you're trying to beat... I mean, this has got to be fucking hard. This room is a pinball machine, and he is a pinball.
no matter what you say, I don't think the roll that I just made will do it if you think this is going to be difficult in any capacity.
If I was hovering somewhere between a 4 and a 6, what'd you end up with?
0.
Okay. Yeah, I think Smee's just getting fucking rocketed around this room. he's pretty durable. He's round. He's a sphere. He's the strongest
I have to
shape.
dodge him as well.
Yes, absolutely. He's getting a little bit dinged up, but he is just kind of getting knocked about like a pinball.
I know that that Kade doesn't have a turn here. Can I spend a point to make something true?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that, like, in this moment of seeing Maxine trying to, like, roll Smee out and seeing him, like, getting knocked around and banged around and flying, there's, like, a jump cut back to Kade sitting with Abzu, and Abzu was the one who was teaching him about healing and stuff, and he's like, oh yeah, it's the the ether in the blood and da-da-da-da-da helps regeneration. And then jumping ahead and seeing Maxine healing the Minotaur, and I think that trip up the mountain, we see Kade, like, stop with Smee, and he cuts his hand and squeezes a bunch of blood into one of the ether vials and closes it and places it inside of Smee, and so inside of Smee we see that little vial of blood in a cloth, like, knocking around as Smee is getting, and so, like, that links back to when Kade was like, hey, you can help me after this,
Okay.
Nice.
but it seems like it's in danger.
Dangerously clinking around inside.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that vial is rocketing around inside of Smee's metal compartment, just constantly moments away from catastrophic failure.
Oh god.
And I think that is where we will end it this time. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for another episode of The Crit Show. If you're interested in more information about Fate or about the Clockwinders, in case you don't agree by now, let me just make my pitch that Clockwinders is a super fucking cool setting, and you should be interested in it. And especially now that we are close enough to the end, you could probably read through it and not totally spoil yourself on what's about to happen. So check it out. It's awesome. You should also check out our Patreon, patreon.com/thecritshow. You can join the most aggressively welcoming Discord on the internet. You can discuss with them the myriad of other content that is there. It's a good hang.
Yeah. And the thing I would love to see, if anyone out there ends up, like, running people through this, tell us how it went, because I love modules and to hear stories about how different it was based off of your characters or what the GM added or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go check it out and see how much I made up. How much is not in there. And infer for yourself how much of that was a requirement because of the dumb shit they did that forced me in a direction. And tune in next time to discover the fate of the Forgotten Fortress. Everybody say bye.
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 Goodbye.
The Crit Show is a Critshow Studios production, edited and produced by Brandon Wentz, with music by Jake Purley. You can find more information about us at thecritshowpodcast.com. To keep up to date with upcoming live shows, contests, and other special events, follow us at The Crit Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For even more weekly content, join us at patreon.com/thecritshow.